What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back in the video on the channel, and welcome to another episode of King Unfiltered. This is the most requested meal because people, for some reason, enjoy when this guy says Papa John's in the voice that he says it. They're gonna make merchandise about it. I'm not saying it.
Papa John's.
There you go. I'm probably still gonna say it anyway.
Say it.
But somehow they charged us double what it normally costs to get Papa John's, but that is okay because I got one of the most hit diffy pizzas, which I really enjoy, which is this bad boy. This is the stuffed crust pepperoni, extra sauce, extra cheese. There's mushrooms somehow, but there's not on here because he didn't, and a pepperoncini because nobody ever freaking eats it, which is fine. He got a garden fresh.
Yeah, I got some vegetables.
Garden fresh. Somebody actually went to Papa John's and ordered a garden fresh pizza.
I'll switch it up.
Why did you, seriously, I didn't even ask you this. What, garden fresh?
Yeah, I don't know. I need vegetables. Sometimes you ever feel like that?
I eat a lot of vegetables, actually. People don't think so, but I really do. Eat a ton of vegetables. No way you think that's good. Nobody likes fucking garden fresh pizza. There's absolutely no way that you like garden fresh pizza. This guy threw us like 48 different sauces. Everything besides the sauce I wanted. That is fine. And I also... I just moved, man. I don't even get mad no more. I wanted special garlic. I got 48. He did give special. I said special garlic. I did. That's on me. I got cheese sticks too. Look at these.
Those are cheese sticks?
Yeah, look at this.
It's a pizza.
Basically. I have only had this once. I don't remember getting it though.
Oh, what a catch!
That's probably the top 5 best catch I've ever had in my life.
This guy!
Well, I mean, I'm a high-level athlete. People don't want to believe it, but I am. You know how many people watched the last video? You know what they said? They're like, yo, I don't even know why. First of all, they calling me by my name. So they're like, yo, Dave be capping, bro. Apparently, I made up stuff.
But that's not a cheese stick.
It is when you break it apart. Look.
How come you're gonna break everything apart in this place?
Well, look, it's a cheese stick.
Wow.
There you go.
All right.
Comes with the marinara. But they said, I'll be capping. People also said that you're stuck in 1922.
You're the captain.
That's what they said. They said you're stuck in 1922.
I wish.
No, they don't.
No, I don't know that they don't.
Either way.
Oh, I wish.
You really wish you were stuck in 1922.
22, no. 52, maybe.
Why?
Simpler time.
It wasn't. You know the difference between now and 1952? Your whole life's not on the internet. Other than that, it's the same shit.
That's a big deal.
Not really, though.
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine what Twitter would have been like if it was 1950? With the stuff that people think back then? The stuff that you thought you could get away with, quote unquote. Oh my, look at this stuffed crust, though. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Extra sauce, extra cheese. Diffy. Look at that. Oh, this thing's gonna hit. Mm.
Papa John's hits, man.
It does. Now this is a pizza. Extra sauce. Extra cheese. Only way I eat like these franchise pizzas, honestly. I have to always do this. With the well done bake.
Yo, their ranch is still #1 to me.
You ever had Wingstop?
No.
That's why.
Is that next to the taco place?
Mm-hmm. Wingstop ranch, bro?
I did have it.
Nah, how long ago?
Long time ago.
Yeah, there you go.
It was garbage.
Terrible. I said that too.
What happened?
When I first started this channel, bro, this is real. When I first started this channel, I started eating different places and people were like, yo, why don't you try Wingstop? And the first thing I said was Wingstop is absolute garbage.
Like, it was garbage.
Because they had just opened. They needed the time to get their like stuff online, for real. So, the business back, I'm talking, I maybe had like 1,000 subscribers back then. And people were like, just try it again. So I went back, shit was fire.
Yeah?
You gotta know what to order at Wingstop. It's like anything else. Like, if you go to Papa John's and just order like a cheese pizza, like it's decent, but it's not anything crazy. When you know what to get from places like this, another thing people don't understand about food, the location matters. I have had some terrible Papa John's. The one by us over there, you saw what they were doing in there. Mm-hmm. Like, the quality control, they got signs in there that says like, you know, be courteous to your customers, double check your orders. We saw it. Mm-hmm. And when we were closing, like, because we walked in there right before it closed, they were cleaning behind the stuff.
Oh, yeah. No joke.
Like, it matters, bro. And we said it. You said the same thing I did. You're like, yo, they take pride in this shit. Mm-hmm. Like, they really did, though. And which is why, when I say Papa John's is gas, people are like, nah. And I'm like, you haven't had the one near me because it's fire. This is easily the best Papa John's I've ever had in my life. Because I had it in college mad times and it was terrible.
That's like IHOPs are better in the South.
It matters. Locations matter, bro. There's one restaurant, and I've talked about this on the channel, but you don't really hear this kind of stuff. There's one restaurant where no matter where I've gone, the food's been fire. Like, even though it's not like elite, it's still good every time.
Where?
Chick-fil-A. No matter what Chick-fil-A I go to, the
Even
people
the one in the mall was good.
Yeah, like the people are crazy nice. They never mess your order up. The food's always cooked perfectly. And there's better chicken sandwiches than Chick-fil-A. But you know when you go there, every time the food's gonna be on point. Every time. As opposed to Popeyes, where it really matters which Popeyes you go to. Because they never get my order right. Papa John's wings, another thing before, we told you before.
Why do people don't like, how come people don't like these?
I think there's a location.
Man.
That Pizza Hut that we go to, the one around here has been here for like 30 years. Maybe longer. Because it's been here as long as I've been around.
Yeah.
And
Been there
they be
forever.
messing up. But Papa John's, the one by us, the garlic parm wings here are actual gas. My man be hooking it up. These are fire. Every time we've gotten these, Papa John's, and they don't miss here.
That's a good wing, man.
They don't miss.
Good for them.
I had Domino's yesterday.
No good.
No, it's fire.
Yeah.
I spent $28, bro. I got garlic parmesan bread twist, garlic parmesan bites. I got a pizza with pepperoni and extra cheese.
Nice. This guy upsold us 73%.
Yeah, easily.
Good.
I'm telling you, if I would have used the app, that's why you gotta use the app.
This pizza could have been free, it says.
And then he has the nerve to be like, "Yeah, we gave you a soda." Like, that soda cost $3.75. We paid $80 for this. There's no way this shit's $80.
It's a $15 soda.
These same wings, if you order them on the app, is like $6, and we pay like $10 for them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care though. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Support your
Yeah.
local business.
You're using your old school.
Right. You're from 1930.
What they say you were a classic male. That's so funny, bro.
It is funny.
That is funny.
How is a male different?
I mean, you
You're
at
a
least
male, you're a male.
you at least have to say that like
Right.
the way that you think about stuff is very old school, right? At the very least.
I don't even know anymore.
You don't think the way you think, like you think that most men these days think like you do? Like really?
I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with how you
can't
think as long
speak
as
on-
you like understand that the world doesn't work that way. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I wouldn't look and be like, okay, well, I mean, there are some things, if you want to be honest, like, yeah, I'm like, yo, like, how can you even think that right now? But I think that where you're coming from, there are other men who think like you. It's just the way that you say it, because you're, like, outspoken about it. Like, a lot of dudes would be afraid to say the shit you say. But they think like you. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting a wife that is gonna, like, you know, take care of the house and shit, right? As long as you realize, like, they don't have to. You know what I mean? So, if you want to marry somebody like that, like, you got to find somebody who sees eye to eye with that. You're not going to, like, try to say, and I know you, like, because I know you.
You're literally saying exactly what
Yeah, because I know you. I think people get it misconstrued. Like, I know you. I know that you're not.
To me.
I don't, because they don't understand, like, how people just, this is what I truly think. I think a lot of people, because they want to feel a certain type of way, as soon as you say something that goes towards that, they don't even listen anymore.
I know.
So that's what happens.
They hear what they want.
Yes. I get it all the time. A lot of times I say something and people are like, oh, you said this. I'm like, yo, you didn't listen to half the shit I said.
Yeah.
So,
I get that in real life, so I can imagine it's going to be doubly.
well, because me and you are similar in the sense of, like, the way that we talk, we speak with such conviction that people are like, yo, like, he's really,
hard to
like...
take it, yeah.
I get it. I don't think that, like, you're going to meet some woman and be like, oh, you got a career? Nah, quit.
Yeah, no way.
But people think that.
I know.
Because they only... And I know this. I've been doing this long enough to realize that, like, what you say, no matter what...
Somebody will find a problem with it, right?
Yes. It don't matter. No matter what you do, there will be people that have an issue with it.
Yep.
It don't matter. There's people...
cool.
I had a dude come on here, and most people enjoy these videos, right? There was one dude, I hate collabs. I'm unsubscribing. And I was like, yo, you don't have to announce yourself, bro.
Yeah.
The majority of people are like, do more, do more, do more.
Right.
But I realized that it's very tough to like you. I've
make
never
it
met a
happen.
human being in the history of human beings that 100% approval rating. Mm-hmm. You can't.
Impossible.
No. So what all you got to do is stay true to yourself.
That's
at the end of the day.
You can't go wrong.
This guy is so busy with these wings that he doesn't even care what I'm saying.
I love this.
They don't even care what I'm saying. But I do, because I know it's different, and like, I commend you for this. Most people are not willing to put what they think's out there.
Out there, yeah.
Because how the hell did you eat a whole pizza already, bro? I had one slice!
Right.
Bro, what's wrong with
Are
you?
you eating?
People are like, yo, this guy eats so fast. Look at this, bro. This guy just smacked. There's 2.5 slices of pizza left, bro. I've had one.
Nah, it's good.
That's impossible. Nah, man.
What do you mean?
Bro, I'm telling you, this guy, you should be doing eating challenges. Mm-hmm. How? That's impossible. You're like Matt Stoney. And people think I'm like Matt Stoney.
I'm coming at that guy.
But that's crazy, bro. This guy housed that. Like, you're like, like, you know, people used to use words like, yo, he scarfed down a pizza.
I scarfed it.
You scarfed it. Like, legitimately. Scarfed down a pizza. That is crazy. You know that this is also funny too. Yesterday I got a Domino's cinnamon. I got garlic bread twist.
Good?
They gave me one that looked like a dick.
Stop.
Y'all saw this yesterday if you watched. I was sitting here eating, bro, and I look. I'm like, yo, what the hell is that? Pick it up. It was a glizzy. That's all I needed, because half these people think I'm. People think I'm like fruity anyway, bro. So I'm just like, what the hell?
Oh,
That is crazy. But
How come they think you're from 1950?
nah, not me. I'm probably like the most laid back dude when it comes to stuff like that. People think that I'm just like,
What?
I just take shit for what it is, man. Like I don't like.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we really have no choice. Like, I'm not picketing.
But a lot of
women
people
stay home.
A lot of people get upset because people don't have the same values as them. But for me, like I don't care.
I know.
You know, like it's not a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Like one thing I don't understand about like people these days is if somebody doesn't across the board believe in the same stuff you believe in, like people get mad. You know, whether that be like religion, you know, preference, like if you like men or whatever, like I don't give a shit.
Because I feel like people today, if you make a statement about something, people automatically think it's about them. And that's, to me, that's wrong.
What do you mean, like, the thing is about them?
Like, for example, if I said that women put their career first before their family,
Oh, you mean, okay, I hear what you're saying.
example.
Yeah.
a woman that did that will get defensive and think that I'm knocking that.
Complete. I
That's
do.
that's
No, you're
obviously people don't know me personally,
bro speaking facts.
but I'm not. It's like I don't have your face in my head saying, "Oh, Susan did the wrong thing,"
No, I 100% stand what you're saying.
right?
Dudes do it too. I think
Yeah,
people,
yeah, right.
because
I
you
just
said
use that for example.
you said people.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Because so I'm giving an example. So if I was like, yo, why do women always say this?
Right.
So
Somebody
the woman
specific-
specifically will
Yeah.
be like, I don't say that.
Right.
Like-
no, that's fine. You're giving your opinion. That's
Yes.
cool. But
I get what
wasn't
you're coming
talking
from now.
at. We weren't talking.
Dudes do that too.
At anybody.
Which is why, like, I don't get offended when women say things like men suck.
Right. Like
No.
if you're guilty of it, then maybe you got a problem.
The saying, it's more like a black saying, but it's like a hit dog hollers.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I'm like.
If the shoe fits.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Like when because there's a lot of women out there like, yo, all men are terrible, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. Even though I'm a dude.
Correct. Men are terrible.
But some dudes would be like, well, because they get mad. I get what you're. That's
Yeah.
so 100%. I always say that. Like when I say that, like women are full of shit. I don't mean all women, but sometimes I'll be like, listen, if you're offended by the fact that I say women are full of shit, like. You need to check yourself because I'm not talking about you. I don't get offended when somebody says shit like that.
Right.
Because it's not like I'm like using it's a generality,
No
but
specific. Right.
yeah, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, all the topics we talk about, dating, women, men, blah, 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 the bottom line is, and this is something that I firmly believe, there are a lot of good women out there. I would say more women are good than that are terrible.
Sure.
But the same thing goes. There's a lot of good dudes out there that get, the short end of the stick. And it sucks that there's so many men out there who have wronged women that you have to kind of watch your step around women for it. But I completely understand why you have to. Because it's dangerous to be a woman. Like, as a man, yeah, women say stuff that's offensive. They might hurt my feelings, yes, but I've never walked down the street and saw a bunch of women and felt unsafe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a horrible thing to do.
Yep.
And that's a reality for a lot of women. There's a lot of women that's what they have to live with.
Yep.
You know? I try to see every
angle.
Yeah. Like, the big thing now, Tom Brady. You hear all this stuff with Giselle and...
Well, I know they have problems.
Do you know why they have problems?
I don't.
More or less, like, Tom Brady's 45 years old, right? He's been playing in the NFL for longer than some dudes who have been in the NFL have been alive. In other words, I believe this is year 22 or 23. Some dudes in the NFL are 21. So he's been in the league longer than some dudes have been alive. Like, which is crazy. But Brady, at this point, Giselle is like, listen, can you please come home?
Yeah.
And she finally won in this offseason. But as everybody knows, Brady retired. And then he unretired. And of course, because of that, they got in a big fight over it. You know?
Yep.
And it's something that I've been saying on this channel for God knows how long. I give props to any woman who could be married to a driven dude, especially a dude like Tom Brady, because you're talking about the top of the top of the top of driven. Like...
But let me ask you this. Why do you give a woman props for that?
You know how hard it is to marry somebody like Tom Brady? Like, people, and I always say, like, people think because it's Tom Brady, like, oh, he's attractive or he's rich. Bro, he doesn't care. Like, his priority is being the greatest quarterback who's ever lived. That's his priority. It's always been his priority. Like, what he's doing is unprecedented in the history of any NFL quarterback.
Right.
My man, that's good.
Right?
Yeah, it's good.
Man, that flavor, second to none. I don't care what anybody says.
My man's in his mid-40s. Still, not only playing, but balling. Like, it's not like Brady's just sitting on the bench. He's an NFL starter and an elite NFL player.
Right.
So, when you're Giselle is probably one of the few women on earth. She don't need a dime from him.
Right.
She has more money than him.
Correct.
Which is crazy. You don't usually see too many people say, I got more than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
She makes more money than him.
Yeah.
She basically stopped modeling and sat home and took care of the kids. She sacrificed the tail end of her career to be a homemaker. I know they have a nanny and all that stuff, but she's home with the kids. She's the one taking care of them. Like, so finally she's like, listen, you went to Tampa, you won another Super Bowl, baby, good. Let's come home and hang out with me. And he said, yeah. And then 3 years later, he was like, listen, I can't do it.
Yeah.
That's tough. And even though I understand Tom Brady, because, like, I understand that drive, that desire, like, he's not ready to hang it up because he can't get it out of his system. They're going to have to drag him off the field. But I completely understand where Giselle is coming from. Like, completely.
Absolutely.
That's got to be tough.
Me too.
That's
I get it.
But I
Now,
don't think
it might
either...
sound...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was like, given what I've said prior on this channel and my beliefs, people might say, well, the guy should do whatever he wants. No way.
No.
That's not what I believe.
But I understand where he's coming from.
Of course I do.
That's the other thing.
But at the end of the day, it's like, Tom, you make a decision, you got to stand by it. That's how I feel.
I agree with that, but...
So for her to say, hey, listen, how much longer you want me to stand around like this? I think he's the bigger man if he hangs it up.
Yes, but one thing I've learned when it comes to relationships is when you sacrifice for your partner, like you really sacrifice something you really want to do. Whether it's, okay, I don't want you talking to this person. I don't want you working here anymore. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
When it's something you really want to do and you sacrifice, you end up resenting your partner for it.
Big time.
That's where the issue comes in. Because if he hangs it up, he's going to come home and be pouting the whole time. She can be like, oh, Tom, let's do this. Fine, whatever. That's what usually happens.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I don't think that she realized what she was signing up for because they met in like 2005, 2006. He already won a Super Bowl or two. But I don't think she realized that this man was like the champion of all champions. He has legitimately nothing to play for at this point. Nothing. If he hung it up tomorrow, people will consider him the GOAT. And he still has this chip. Not Jordan, not Kobe, not any player I've ever seen that still is in their mid-40s doing what he's doing right now. That's tough, man.
But he's putting on the line his marriage and his family.
Have you ever felt that driven about something?
Up till now, probably not.
I have. I've sacrificed many relationships in my life.
Sure, but you don't have kids. That's a pretty big deal. Right?
No, I'm agreeing with you.
I know.
I'm not saying that I know what Tom Brady feels like. I don't have that. But I know what it feels like to feel like you want something so bad that, like, even though you love somebody, even though you have, like, it's in him. He can't help that. You know? And hell, Rocky did that. I'm a fighter, Adrian. Like, it's tough, man. Like, I get where he's coming from. And I get where she's coming from. That's just a tough situation. She's not wrong. She's
right. At the end of the
right.
day, if she leaves, he has to accept that.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes.
That's all.
At the end of the day, she also has to realize that that's what she signed up for. It's a double-edged sword. Like, you married the biggest winner of all time. That's tough, man. Mm-hmm. As a person who's a very driven person, I know on a smaller level that I've sacrificed a lot of relationships in my life. Because whether I'm working this job or I'm working the job that is my day job, right? Running the studios, etc. Like, I don't have time. And I don't, like, it sounds so horrible to say out loud, but, like, this trivial, when people are like, I don't really care. It's not that I don't care, but, like, I got bigger things I want to do. So if I'm dating somebody and they're like, oh, let's go out to eat, well, I can't.
The difference in Tom Brady's scenario is, yeah, she met him that way, but they also progressed as a family.
Yes.
So to say that she signed up for that is maybe half true. It's like, Tom, you have other responsibilities now. If that was the case, maybe you shouldn't have had kids then.
It's so tough to be in his situation and hers, because, like, I understand why he's doing what he's doing, but at the same time, not too many people get to marry Giselle. And I'm not even saying that just because she looks like, but she's
her status.
Not only her status, she's another woman would have left a long time ago. And she doesn't need his money. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are like, oh, she's stuck because she don't need a dime from him. Right. She got more money than him. So you know she loves him.
Right.
Because she's not happy and she don't need his money and she's still there.
Right.
So you know she really loves him.
Well, that's a big decision to make for a woman because you have kids, right? What, they had 2 kids?
I think. Well, yeah, he has one that was
prior, but 2 with her.
Yeah.
You know, that's a phenomenal decision. You stay together for the kids. That's important.
I don't think it's just for the kids.
No, but I'm just saying, at the very least, if that was the case.
See, one of those things about staying together for the kids thing, double-edged sword. Depends on how. If it's really toxic, you gotta go.
All double-edged sword, but at the end of the day, you have to understand that splitting up affects the kids.
So does staying together if it's toxic, though. That's my point.
Yes, but would you rather take the bullet for your kids, or you split them up and you got to see daddy and mommy on weekends or whatever?
It genuinely depends on the situation because.
Well, yeah, I mean, if somebody's
that's what I'm saying.
You up,
not just that. Like if you're arguing all the time in front of your kids, you know how it is. Kids see everything, bro. Mm-hmm. Like every altercation my parents ever had as kids, I still remember all of them when it was really serious. You know, so. I agree with you, but I think that's that old school mentality where people like, listen, make it work for the kids. But if it becomes toxic to the kids, like to the point that it's like making it hard for the kids to coexist, sometimes it's better to leave. I don't know if they're fighting like that, but I'm just speaking in general terms.
Yeah.
If it's to the point where, y'all are screaming and at each other's throats in front of the kids all the time, you might want to leave.
Well, if that's the case, right, you might want to do it when the kids are asleep or when they're not there.
Kids see everything, bro, even when you sleep.
Yeah.
You know? Mommy and daddy.
At least you're making the right. You're trying to do the right thing.
It's tough.
That's
sometimes the right thing is walking away.
Sorry, excuse me.
No.
This guy get a whole pizza.
This guy's. I'm still halfway.
What, you Stony over here? This guy? Forget about it.
No, you do it.
Who's that guy? Stony? What?
Not Stony. That guy's ridiculous.
He's a stoner. What happened here? I got an onion on my.
Yeah. Too many napkins.
No good. Too many onions in the sauce, Paul.
But that mentality of like stay together for the kids, I don't necessarily agree with it.
Well, it's not, across the board.
As long as you can keep like a civil.
Of course.
But some people can't, man. You know? Like.
We're talking over here like we got kids.
No, but we...
As an outsider...
Not even just you don't have to have kids to be around people with kids.
On paper. I feel like staying together for kids until they're a certain age. Because when you divorce, when you're at a young age, they say statistically, like, kids grow up with more of a... What's the word?
So, two people, say your kid's 6 years old, and two people stay together for their kids, and they're miserable for the next 12 years. You think that's okay?
Who's miserable? The parents?
Yes, both.
Well, it's not okay.
To the point that dad's out doing his thing, mom might be doing her thing, they're arguing all the time, they might be drinking alcoholic beverage. Like,
every scenario is different.
That's what, so I don't necessarily, it depends on the situation.
Correct. It's definitely situational.
I get what you're saying, but like staying together for the kids sometimes is worse than not. Now, obviously I grew up in a household with both parents, so I guess my parents kind of did. I mean, they're still together, so it's weird. I don't know. But it depends on the situation, man. That's a tough one. Like, I can't consider... I always try to see both sides of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
And
sure,
there are definitely situations where it's worse to stay together than it is to separate. You know? I get it, especially when your kids are really young, though, because the kids feel like they did something wrong.
Right. It's pick your poison at that point, is what I'm saying.
So, okay, I'm hypothetical here, because you'll actually get upset with this hypothetical. What I'm saying.
I do get upset.
I know. You're like...
No.
You get mad at hypotheticals.
I do.
So, if you were married with children...
All right.
And your wife cheated on you...
John was married with children,
and your wife cheated on you.
And Tina cheated on John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say stay together for the kids? Exactly. Come on, man. Like, you're not. There's no way. What are you going to do? Just sleep in the other room?
I don't know. I mean, if there's an understanding there that we're going to do this. I don't know.
You're already... You're in your head, you separated.
Yeah, I'm done with it.
I'm telling you. Come on now. So...
Yeah, but see, here's the problem, though. Like, as much as my emotions might get to me, you have to be realistic and say, okay, how does this play out? Yeah, it's easy to say get out of my life, but like, there's two kids there, like looking at you, like, is it possible I might only see this kid once a month?
Not only that.
So you now you're just biting the bullet with the other one to sacrifice for your kids. You know what I mean? Like, we're not in that scenario, so it's hard.
You're saying that there's a scenario where your wife cheats on you, and you're like, okay, well, the kids.
I don't know. Play it out. How does that play out?
I'm leaving.
Leaving who? Everybody.
Nah. I'll go to court and take my kids. I don't care.
You know how it is?
At that point, I understand why women get spiteful. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know how people like, oh, women are so petty? Like, if you're married to a woman and you're, like, doing all that stuff behind her back, like, I'd be petty too, bro. What you finna tell me? Like, I get that. You know what I'm saying? Now, people are like, oh, like, women. Like, if it depends on what the situation was. Now, if you was out there doing dirt behind a woman's back, now, I'm not saying use your kids as pawns, but I'm finna leave. Like, I'm out.
I don't get what you're saying.
A lot of people say women are petty when it comes to, like, situations, child support, divorce. They wanna take all the stuff you got.
Uh-huh.
If my wife cheated on me, I'd be petty too.
And you would want what you're owed, you mean?
I would want everything.
Yeah.
I get why women do that. Like, if you cheated on me, I'm not only taking what I'm owed, I'm gonna try to take everything. Because, forget you. Like, that's why, and I get why women do that. You know?
Right. I'm talking about the kids at this point, though.
That's the tough part, and that's why, like, marriage to me, people take too lightly.
Yeah, big time.
I feel like people get married, don't even love each other anymore.
I agree with you there.
You know, and mad people say this about me, like, oh, like, you don't want to get married, something must be wrong with you. Like, to me, I take marriage so seriously that if I was to walk down that aisle, I would 100% be sure, not just about myself, but also about her, and then about us. Like, everything. Like, to me, marriage is a real thing, and people just do it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just get married because they're like, oh, well, we've been together X amount of years, like, I'm finna get married. Like, if I don't 100% trust you, if it's 62%, I'm not marrying you. Like, if I'm not 100% stable, myself, mentally, financially, physically, everything, I'm not marrying you. Like, people do marriage these days like it's just like the next step. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, we're gonna date, we've been together 2 years, let me get married. Like, I don't look at it that way. It's not something you take lightly. Like, if I get married, bro, we're not getting divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like, these days days, people are just like, yo, okay, well, you know.
Eventually, you have to take a risk, though.
No. Not to that point. Not in this day and age. It's not like, it's just not 1960 anymore. I'm not taking a risk in a legally binding contract. There will always be a leap of faith when it comes to a marriage, yes. But the thing that I'm trying to drive home is that so many people get married and they're not even sure if they love the person.
For the wrong reasons, too. Yeah.
They get married because they want a wedding. Or a lot of dudes get married because they want somebody to take care of their kids.
Or to have kids.
That's a terrible reason. If you're getting married just because you want to have children, that's a bad reason. You should care about the person that. A lot of people get married because they don't want like a maid. Like they want somebody to just take care of the kids and take care of the house and take like they don't even really love the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just like yo, she's a good mom. Like this is not a business arrangement, especially in this day and age. It don't work that way. Damn, it's so good. I feel like people take marriage way too lightly now. Like, you want to talk about old school and whatever. With the times changing, the world is a lot bigger. People don't get married after high school anymore, so you're going to see what's out there, which means you're going to have more of a general idea of what's out there. As opposed to before where, you know, you met a guy in high school, you liked him, you guys went on a couple of dates, you graduated, you got married. So, you don't really even know. Most women in 1950 didn't even know anything other than what the town they lived in. But in this day and age, there's a lot bigger of a pool.
That's why too many options aren't always good.
In the sense of if you're just doing it to like procreate, be miserably married, yeah. I get what you're saying with that. I'm not.
I think that to be across the board, you know, it's fortunate that we live in a country like America, but that's why I think a lot of people don't know what they want to do for such a long time with a career. When you got 3 million things, you got to pick a major at 18 years old. How do you know what to do?
People always talk like there's a lot of things that led to this, and you are not wrong.
Right?
You're not wrong.
Like that's why family businesses I feel like are very successful.
Sucks now though.
But it comes. There's no like. The options are less. It's like, all right, you either do this or you go to school and go. So like, you know, I'll do the family business. And if you're lucky,
what family business these days, though?
I'm just saying, yeah.
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But one of the things that sucks about 50s, 60s, 70s, the 80s was the beginning of the decline of that. But the family-owned business is gone by the wayside. Like a lot of times, like we might have grown up and say your dad was a welder. You would go into his welding business. Right. You would just take control of it.
Exactly.
But now you can't do that because like Walmart and things of that, Amazon. And so it does suck that you can't have that same life kind of picked out for you, but it's also good people get to choose.
Sure.
But at the same time, when the 90s hit, they started pushing college on everybody so much that like my parents didn't go to college. Right. I don't know if your parents did, but my parents didn't go to college. Most of my friends' parents didn't go to college because you didn't have to go to college back then. Mm-hmm. It was like a specialist thing to do. Now, everybody goes to college. We were like that first group, I would say probably like people like around my sister's age, so probably late 90s and times like that when you were going into high school and like they were like, okay, one of the first things they said to you was like, okay, well, you got to do this for college applications. Okay, take this many English courses, college applications. So like, it changed how we thought.
Yeah.
Which is why most people now, as an 18-year-old in 1980, you got a job and you saved up for a house. You weren't in debt. Now, people go to college, they get out, they're 25, they got to move back home, they're in debt. They owe $100K to this place.
Yep.
So you don't feel the same. Which is why the median age of married people has gone crazy. Like, most people don't get married at 18, 19, 20, 21 anymore. Most people don't have kids until 30. Mm-hmm. They don't start getting married till 30. That's the start of it was because of that. And it weighs into it. So now, most people are in their mid-30s when they start, like, really being like, okay, well, I better get married now. It used to be like 21. You're like, oh my God, I gotta get married. Everything sucks now, man. So, don't think I don't agree with you with times were better times back then. I do. But at the same time...
The core of it, you agree with. And you know, I
it wasn't the values. It was like more of like, you can't be financially stable in 2022, bro.
It's tough.
You can, like, you can be successful, graduate college, get a job, and you're still in debt.
That's why this country is an immigrant's dream. Here he goes.
It always was.
Yeah, it always was.
When wasn't it?
Well, but So if you live here, like you said, they tell you to go to college. You come
Yeah.
out, you make $42,000 a year. An immigrant comes here, even legitimately. So
And 20 of that you're paying back.
yeah,
So
exactly.
you're really making 22,000.
Exactly. Right. You come here, you're a Ukrainian immigrant, right? You come here,
Why are you crazy?
you do it the right way. You learn under Sal Vitello from Scrazia, New Jersey, right?
I get what you're saying.
You learn how to install cabinets. You do that for 3 years. You learn, you say, Sal, thanks for the job. Now I'm going to go out my own business. Now you're a master at installing cabinets. You're making $175,000 a year if you're a worker.
Here's the
if you're
crazy.
a workhorse.
Yeah, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I don't really blame it on the immigrants, but the message you're saying is real.
Well, there's no blame. It's they have a work ethic.
You know,
when
you're
they
saying
come
it's
here.
an immigrant's dream.
Absolutely.
It's not necessarily. It's just that they were told different. It's not necessarily just being an immigrant. Like, one of the biggest things that I would tell an 18 to 20-year-old kid now, don't go to college unless you know what you want to do. That's the biggest thing. Don't go to college.
Yes, but what I'm saying is because most people in this country, are fortunate because they're not living under some bridge somewhere. The majority. So, for lack of a better term, the spoil is there. Some more so than others. So when an immigrant comes to this country, I don't care from where, you open your eyes, you can't believe what's going on here. You learn a trade, you're gold. Kids here aren't raised to learn a trade. You're
taught in
fed
high
the
school to go to
brainwash.
college.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you're
It's a
saying,
business now.
I'm not gonna install cabinets and work with my hands. I want to be a banker. Meanwhile, you get to the banker job and you realize it ain't what it's cracked up to be.
You know the crazy part though? Millennials were the generation that got screwed. Because Gen Z's not going to college like we did.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
really not that. I agree with you, but the most successful people I know as far as financially, they didn't go to college.
Yep.
Because making 40K without owing anything is better than making 80K and owing.
Correct.
Because when you take home, it's literally the same.
Right.
So
That's right.
you're not wrong. That's why our parents were better off than we did. Because my parents, they graduated high school and they started working.
Forget it.
And they started saving money. But we were taught, the price of college went up. It was like 400 and something percent in the 80s. So millennials were that first generation they started really pushing it on. Gen Z, now they're doing things like taking gap years. They're not going to school. You're better off.
Yep.
Don't go unless you know what you want to do. That's my biggest advice to the younger generation. Don't.
But again, how do you know what you want to do at 18?
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's why they screwed you. Yes.
Right.
I was fortunate because I didn't own anything because I got a scholarship. I could not imagine having to owe that much money.
Yep.
And I feel bad for a lot of, because everybody else I know, they're paying that, bro, and they charge you $800 a month. If I'm taking home $2,400 a month, you're gonna tell me I give a third of my paycheck to get a job that pays? So now I got $1,600,
Nice.
and you know, in New Jersey, $1,600, you can't get a one-bedroom for that when it's all said and done.
Yep.
It's impossible.
Nice gimmick, huh?
It is a gimmick, and you know I agree with that.
Yeah.
College is a scam. Insurance is a scam.
Everything's a scam.
There's certain things we don't agree with.
Forget it.
Insurance is a scam. It should not cost you money to pay money just in case something happens, and then when it happens, they don't pay you.
Right.
I had a house fire. I had insurance. They did everything in their power to not pay me.
Try to get credit.
No.
You need credit before you can get credit.
How do you get credit?
How do you get credit?
By having
You
credit.
gotta get credit.
They won't give you a loan
won't
if you don't
give
have any history.
Right.
But I need history, so
to
give me.
get the loan. Right. It's good. Make it make sense to me, because it
You know,
doesn't.
credit scores weren't invented until like 1990.
What's a credit score? They spin the wheel and they give you a number.
Agree.
Come on. It's a
Agree.
joke.
It wasn't even a thing.
No.
That's where they went wrong. People don't even realize there's so many things that are just like,
A number is going to tell me if I'm going to pay my bills.
in order to live in this country, you have to take a loan out for something. Whether it's your house, whether it's your car, you have to. People in 1950 did not have to take a loan out. You saved up money for a year or two and you bought a house. And then you owned it.
Yep.
Now, you save up money to put a down payment on something you don't even own.
Right. You owned your cars, you owned your houses back then.
That's the difference. People don't realize it.
Until
And
what? Women went to work,
that's nothing to do with anything.
destroyed it all.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Tax 2 people now.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Everything went up. That's when houses went up. Because the government got smart. Oh, 2 people going to work now? Good. We'll make a house instead of 50, we'll make it 100.
Houses went up in the 80s.
Before that. Look it up.
70s is when it started to go up. The 80s is when it skyrocketed.
You'll see. They got smart. They said, oh, Judy's going to work too with Paul? Good, all right.
The true boom in this country was in the 80s. That trickle-down economics, it didn't work. Whether you want to agree with fucking Reagan or not, excuse me, but it didn't work. How easy it was in the 80s and the early 90s to get a credit line for like 100K. The bubble burst. Like, they used to give out loans for like 100K like it was nothing. So all these people took all this money out and started buying things and the economy went up. Eventually, they started saying, hey, where's my money? You owe me money. And they said, listen, we don't have it. So how many banks are left? You know that too. Like, these are not things that are like to the naked eye. There's like 7 banks left in the United States. Like major branches?
Major banks.
Yeah. There's not left.
Yeah, you know who owns them all. That was a part of the plan.
Can we not?
But that's what it is.
I know, but I don't know if the world's ready for that kind of shit.
Well, that's what it is.
I agree.
Beautiful plan.
I agree. Yes.
That's why they funded women's lib. Smiley what?
Rockefeller.
That's right.
I know.
They were going to put Israel in the state of...
I don't know if...
They were going to move Israel to one of the states...
I don't know if the world's ready for this. No. I agree with you, because I agree with the message of, like, what you're saying, because that did happen, but I also agree with what was accomplished by it. But I agree with you.
Sure.
You're not wrong. There is actually a paper trail of him doing that and funding it. You're not wrong. And I know why he did it. Mm-hmm. You're not wrong. You're psychotic, but you're not wrong.
Live in the news.
Yo, he woke.
This guy's woke.
Listen, I give you credit where it's due. You're not wrong. I agree with equal rights, and they should have equal rights, but the reason why they exploited people in order to get it.
Absolutely.
That's the wrong part.
They tell you it's good for you.
It was, but the exploitation is never good. And people will always try to, when anyone who is oppressed or whatever, they will try to exploit. No matter who it is. People will try to take advantage of people who are in a bad way, right? Sure. I mean, look what Diddy did.
The game.
Look what Diddy did to Mace.
Yeah.
They will always try to take advantage of you. Desperate people, when they want something, it's much easier to take advantage of people and sign a bad deal or whatever you want to call it. That's just the way that it is.
What a shame. And income tax is illegal.
No, listen. No, it's not. It's great for you. I love it. Okay? If anybody's watching from anybody who works for them, I don't know what you're talking about. That's going to get me pinched. I'm not.
Show me the law.
I'm not. Can you not? That's how they got Wesley Snipes. Can you not?
Pacino on here. I want him to tell me where it is.
Can we not?
Al knows.
Can we not?
It's like income tax.
Even funnier, do you know who 504 is?
Income tax. Didn't he just, what did he just do? He got pinched, didn't he?
That's Fetty Wap.
He's doing a bid for...
That's Fetty Wap.
Well, Fetty Wap has been pinched for 15 years. He's been pinched.
I think he pled guilty. They got him.
What happened to Flavio who?
504. He's like a drill rapper in New York.
All right.
Supposedly his baby mom said that he likes dudes.
All right. Well, he didn't get there unless he did. That's a prerequisite, right?
Oh boy, this guy's going conspiracy theory on me.
It's not a conspiracy.
I'm trying so hard to get you away from that.
Okay, I'll pretend. Great. Wow. I'm surprised he likes.
You want to go? Go ahead. No,
I'm surprised.
No, tell me.
I'm listening to your story.
No, go. Tell me.
I says it already.
No, I want you to go ahead.
He didn't get there. That's how he got there.
They all do.
Most, yeah.
Did you see the picture of Bobby Shmurda?
I didn't. Is it out there? I don't have to see. See, I don't need to see it. Remember I was telling you that? That's it. Bobby Shmurda. What do you expect, Shmurda?
I don't know if I have it. All right, my man got out of lockup, and
oh god, is he wearing a dress like Russell Westbrook?
Nah.
How come nobody talked about that?
The baby, did you see that one?
No, him too.
He was in a diaper. He's dressed up like a baby.
I'm ashamed.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I think you might have told me that, but I forgot about it a long time ago. I forgot about it on purpose.
I need this image because I need you to see this.
I don't need an image.
There we go. Look.
Ooh.
Right here.
Yeah, not good.
Does that look like? Is that?
Well, today you never know. It could be, but yeah, not good.
That's not a. That's a man.
He denies it.
He took a selfie in his bed with it looks like a man. A lot of people, you can't see the person's face if you can't see the picture. And of course everybody was like, oh, so you went to jail and that's what happened. So he deleted it.
Oh well, that's guilt right there. You're admitting guilt at that.
One of the things that I have always said, and again, because of some of the things that I do as a human being, whether it be I got a black nail or a dangling earring, there's people out there, dudes, that are very like self-conscious about that, and they're like, yo, this dude must be good, right? But to me, the dudes who be saying stuff like that, those aren't really like, the ones who are actually, they don't act like that. You know how people think like, I'll put it this way. Some of the stuff you've heard about all these people in Hollywood and whatever, they're the ones that are really like gay. You know? Like, it's not a dude who has nails on or whatever. It's usually like the opposite of that. That's actually the one to be doing this funny stuff. Case in point.
I don't know. I think they all are. I don't know.
In Hollywood?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you think that they make you do it for to have control over you.
Some you have to make.
That's different.
Others are willing. You know? Come on now.
My point is
Another
this.
pre-wear.
You know how there's things like, okay, to me, the dudes that are really like the ones that are actually like, you know, doing this stuff, and I'm not talking about famous people, regular dudes, they'd be the ones who say stuff like that. Because I personally, I don't care what you do. But if you have to openly say something to somebody else, I feel like it's like you're trying to like cover up for something.
There's also people that just like to hate on people, though. They have nothing nice to say.
Oh, yeah.
You know? But that, you know, that's possible.
Okay, I'll put it this. Like, you ever hear like an alpha male? You know what an alpha male is? I've never met an alpha male who talks shit about other men.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I don't even know what an alpha male is.
No, it's a myth.
I don't get it.
If you're a self-proclaimed alpha male, then you're not an alpha male. I'll die on that hill. To me, if you're if you're really what an alpha, you know, people say is like you're like a top of the food chain type of dude, you don't have to tell anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
To me, the ones who are really doing anything, whether it's like the ones who really got money, the ones who are really like getting girls, the ones who are really, you know, like gangster, like the ones who really are doing that, they don't tell anybody. Like, you have nothing to gain from it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, your actions speak for you.
So if you have to tell people, it's like a peacock to me. Like, you're flapping your feathers, but you really ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
I've always said that. And I've never met a person who was happy that feels the need to talk. Now, there's a difference between saying something about a group of people by being like, you know, this is weird, that's weird, etc. But when you feel like you got to directly talk about somebody, whether it's to them or not to them, like, you're not really like happy. I just feel that way. I have never in my life dissed another dude to get a girl. A lot of dudes would do that. I've never like talked shit to a dude about something he did or about something he wore or anything. Cause I don't care. Like, to me, that's usually like an insecurity thing kind of built into it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's also just like a scumbag.
I mean, it's a nice way, but that's an easier way to put it.
Yeah, like that's beyond insecurity. That's like a grimy, thirsty person that'll go to any length to get what they want.
Like, I've never minced words about being the other dude or whatever, but anytime that a woman will come to me and start talking crap about some other guy, like, I'll be like, listen, I'm not trying to hear that. Like, you don't gotta tell me none of this. I immediately shut it down. I'm not playing into that. There's no circumstance where I've ever done that in my life. To me, it says a lot about a human being.
Yeah, it reveals your character.
I've never... You could walk outside in a chicken suit, bro. I'd be like, man, you got chicken suit. That's crazy. I wouldn't say nothing else. Don't care. You know what I'm saying? There's always been dudes like that, you know? Even when we were younger, bro. I could start rattling off dudes. There's some dudes that are like built that way. And usually it came from a position that they wanted something that you had. Whether it was attention, your style, something. They wanted something. Mm. I remember being in 8th grade having to get in a fight with multiple people over a certain girl. Like, why are you mad? She likes me. And these dudes were serious. Like, they were actually mad. I still see somebody pursue. Crazy.
Yeah, I got mad tonight.
You really want to go? I'll go there. I don't care.
Can't believe
This bitch. If y'all still watching, this is about to get funny.
Oh, boy.
both of us got confronted.
Left field too.
Yeah, so left field. Yo, we were out in a bar, and this girl we haven't seen in literally like 17 years, bro. Like, literally. Neither of us have seen this girl since like high school.
20 years.
Yeah, like, long time. Haven't seen this girl. And she confronted both of us for like weird reasons. And I'll out myself. Alright.
Oh boy.
I don't give a fuck. So in high school, I hooked up with this girl, right? I'll tell the whole story, bro, because I don't care.
Oh boy.
Nah, I'll tell the whole story. So in high school, I hooked up with this girl. And all I did was told a couple of my friends that I was going on a date, but I never actually talked about, like, the entire details of this whole thing. So, come to find out, one of my friends was trying to hook up with the same girl and told the girl that I said that we did such and such and such and such. I ain't never told him that. So there was painting details and stories that didn't even exist. So I had to listen to this bullshit today. Even though I already knew. I found out because this girl was giving me the evil eye a long time ago, and I was like, something's not right with this. So I had a feeling. And I knew because I only told like 2 people that we were even chilling at this point.
So you know you could narrow it down to who said it.
Yeah, I know who said it.
Yeah?
You know who said it. Oh, you know who he is. You share the same blood.
Yeah?
That ass, because he was also. So,
Wow.
yeah. So she came up to him today and told him about this shit. They're having a conversation. I didn't realize it was her. So I was talking. I'm at the bar. I'm having a conversation with a couple people, and I turn around. I'm like, who the fuck is this girl talking to this dude? I'm like, she looked familiar, but I can't really tell. So all of a sudden, I start walking over, and she turns around. She's like, hi, Dave. I'm like, the fuck? So she confronts me because I heard you. Like, ask him. I don't know. You did what most people would do. Like, listen, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
You did the right thing. That's what you're supposed to do. I know nothing.
I got nothing.
You actually didn't because I've never told anybody.
Even still, I got nothing.
But that's the funny part. She thinks that I was running around running my damn mouth.
Right.
And the funny part was it was another dude because she talked about 4 people at the same time. And the other dude said more about this stuff, so I guess they all got to talking and I got put into the mix of this. The other dudes you know too.
No. I don't want to know.
Oh, it's funny, that one. I don't know how that one happened. Good on him. But the fisherman, like, you know, with the live next to the.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's solid.
Exactly. I went, wow, good for him.
Yeah, that's solid.
But I got nothing to say. I said good for him. So she's telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, listen, I don't know what you heard, more or less, but I know who you're talking about when they said this. I didn't say none of that. I don't lie on my whatever. Like, I don't lie on that. I would never tell nobody like that. You know, so whatever happened. So then she told me, she made up some shit that didn't actually happen and told me that that's what happened. And I'm like, and at this point, I wasn't even finna argue, but she said some shit that I was like, that ain't me. But I let it go. So you came over, and that's where you came into the story.
Yeah, I mean, I came over like a nice, how you doing?
But she must have had that shit pent up.
What? The first time hearing about it.
She said that you used to
What
walk.
exactly did she say?
She said that you used to walk around school like you was too cool for everybody.
That hurt me.
You were above everyone.
She said I was upper class.
Yeah. And then she threw me in at the last minute.
Yeah.
And I was like, but we hook up. So I'm not upper class. I was slumming with you. She must have had all that shit in there. That shit must have all came to the surface today.
Man, talk about turning.
Because I don't even know how that happened. You know the funny part is, I know she watches these videos because she brought it up.
Yeah?
I hope you watching, bro.
Good.
Ain't none of us, we ain't that.
What a shame.
She said, she's like, yeah, I watch a little YouTube and all. I'm going, wow.
Yeah.
So she had all this. She probably watched me on this shit and said, oh, this dude, bro.
Yeah.
Like, really, bro?
Man.
That is not what happened. We can talk about this.
I was friends with everybody.
Everybody. Listen,
cool with everybody.
I had your back, bro. I was like,
yeah, I know. Same.
I was like, you don't even, like, she's like, and
She was like, who did you hang out with?
And you said,
were like, me? Like,
she goes like, who are you hanging out? I was like, me.
Yeah.
The funny part though was, because you're like me with this stuff. If you're gonna say something, like, tell me what it is.
Yeah, fine.
So you said, what did I ever do specifically that made me act like? And she was like,
sure.
You know.
Yeah.
She had nothing to say.
And
that's when I looked at her and I was like, so he was just minding his own business and
correct.
And
you took it that way. Wow. That was weird because that was like the first time that's ever happened, you know? Like,
mean,
in person, like...
yeah, I mean, we've been out of high school for a while.
I know.
So it's kind of hard for that to happen. But if you think for a second that there are a lot of people that share the same sentiment, they were.
I know. That makes me think now, like, who else thought that?
This is how the real world works.
Jeez.
You understand that my life even now is like high school. There's dudes out there who don't know me that I have not offended or said anything about that don't like me for the same reason. I get how that feels. It's weird.
Yeah.
Because you're like, yo, what did I even do? Like, it's not like it's going to affect your life, but you're like, did I really give that off?
Right.
I get where you're coming from. That's my life, bro. I have a lot of... There's thousands of people out there who don't like me. And I'm just eating food. Imagine. You're like, yo, this dude, bro. That's real. Isn't that crazy? It's a weird feeling. Because
I feel like that's more hate. Like, hate.
What she did was hating on you.
Yeah, but, like, we know her personally. If you make that impact personally, that's saying something.
You know her personally. Like,
I hope that's just her thinking that.
But you don't know her personally. Like, we never had... I mean, I don't know how many conversations... I had conversations with her, but...
Yeah, I mean, I had classes with her, stuff like that. You know, I never saw
nice
her
kid,
like...
too. Like, I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm telling you.
Like, this is like the bullpen, not even left field.
Nah, man. This is what it is. This is reality.
Alright.
You know her personally because she knew who you were, but it wasn't like you were ever like having like full-on conversations with the girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, right, but there were many, like,
people...
her. Like, you had friends and you had acquaintances. Is that the way it goes?
She was never around any of that. Like movies, no, she wasn't around any of that. I get what you're saying, though.
Through class.
We knew who
you
she
had
was.
classes with her. I did.
I mean, we hung out.
Yeah.
Even though, like, there's a funny fabrication about this whole... But
That's null and void.
listen.
No, not you. I'm
But
sorry.
I'm just as offended about that. I don't listen.
Yeah, she said a lot more about it.
Bro, I don't lie on my... And she gonna come out, I'm like, bro, who told you this? And I know who said it. And I know why he said it, because he would literally, like, chop...
Oh, forget it.
For that, like,
Yeah.
he's gonna do what he's gotta do.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, it kind of went by the wayside later on in life, but... I don't lie on that. So I said to that, I'm like, yo, I don't lie on that. I ain't got no reason to lie on that. And I got no reason to lie to you today. I don't know where you got that from. Even though I knew where she got it from.
What a shame.
I just don't, and you know, there's dudes that do that too, though.
Oh, forget it.
Why do you, like, why do you have to put my name in your mouth to get, like, a girl, bro? Like, that's the most cornball existence of life ever, bro, in my opinion. If you put my name or any man's name in your mouth to get with a girl, you are a scumbag. You might as well be a snitch. No matter if it's true, not true, nothing.
Yep.
Be your own people. Be your own people. Like, is it that serious? Yo, there's no, like, cheeks in the world that's worth that to me. None. I don't care who it is. I'm not finna do that.
People sell their soul. It's the way it goes.
The one thing I realize is that vice, specifically, them cheeks, a lot of men, that's the one thing that they, like, it overrides, like, honor. Like, there's just certain things in the world that I would never do. And, like, if you date one of my friends, I'll never touch you. I don't care. No circumstance. It's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it. That it's off limits. And number two, like, even if I don't like you, I'm not gonna put your name in my mouth to get a girl. Because if I have to do that, it's like cheating. Like,
fake.
Yeah, like, I'm not finna do, like, you're gonna, like, I don't know. It's just the ultimate, like, scum move to me. I've never in my life done that. Ever. You know how to do this, too. Oh, you let so-and-so, like, that's what you gotta do? Like, you're trying to convince somebody to hook up with you, you're a cornball. Under any circumstance. You're a loser. Absolute loser.
Yeah.
I will never convince a woman to date me, to hook up with me, to hang out with me. I'm not gonna convince you. I'll ask you. But if you say no or you're on the fence, all right, cool.
Yeah.
The end. Dead in the water. Some dudes, they finna go full Omarion, bro. Speaking of which, and then Omarion, one of them
too, yeah. It's, you know, you gotta be that to go there, that's all. It's true. Good shot.
I heard they got taken it, man.
Yeah, because you missed distance.
I heard they got taken advantage of, though.
Yes, of course.
Like,
You know, Bieber, the whole 9 yards.
did you get your passport? Like,
Yep.
man.
Did you get your shots?
Listen,
That's it.
if you guys want the full, we're gonna have to put this on a different chat. Because this guy can divulge. I stopped him from, he could have,
I could have went off.
yeah, he could have gave it all away. Let me know if you want to see it, because I can't put that on here.
Nah.
I gotta put that somewhere
That one's
else.
special.
Because this guy knows. He worked for he worked with Bush as the head of the intelligence agency. He knows things that a lot of people are not like. I just don't think most of you are ready for it.
No.
So I'm
not even ready for it.
No, but dozen or so years later, I got yelled at for something that I did at a place that doesn't even fucking exist anymore, which is insane. You also got yelled at.
Yeah, I'm upper class. Yep.
But she said me too. I'm like, what are you? You know what?
So because I actually minded my own business, I was wrong.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare
See,
you?
you're damned if you do.
I said, wow, you're mad at him for existing. That's what I said.
Pretty much.
You existed, Matt.
Skilly whoa.
I was like, what do you? I don't know. And you know what?
I don't get it.
That's the end of the video, man. This was crazy. Papa wants
Hey,
always a dub. Cinnamon pull-aparts and all kinds
Papa
of
Jats.
Record-eating pizza, man.
Fantastic.
Hope
I've
you
been
guys
there for
enjoyed the
like
video.
30 minutes.
We'll be back tomorrow. More content. I love you out of hand signs. They made it to YouTube wrong.